Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm creating another spread for my handmade journal and I'm using the distress oxide background I already have. I will link up the video where I make this background in the top right corner info box. I now go in with the black soot distress ink and ink my edges so I get kind of a frame around the whole page. I'm using that makeup brush tool that you see a lot recently, and I found my set on Amazon. I just searched for oval makeup brushes. I want to have more interest around the frame, so I'm using some mixed media stamps and stamp them directly to the edge of the whole page. I'm using different stamps and I sometimes just stamp them partially. It's not that important to get a perfect image, it's just to make the frame more interesting. I want to lighten up the background a little bit more, and I am not sure if this will work because it's already some weeks old and pretty dry, so I just sprinkle some water on it and I let that sit for about 30 seconds. I take a paper towel to pick the water up, and yes, you can see it a little bit, but it's not as intense as I want it to be. I now add some more stamping to the background also to make it a bit brighter, and I use the Oxides to stamp it, as this is also a pigment ink mixed with a dye ink. It can be layered as long as you don't add much water to it. I'm using a white liquid watercolor to make some splatters on the page, also to lighten it up. Of course, I know that the color will react with the oxides and it will mix, but it gives a really nice texture. For my main image, I will also use one of the Inky Flowers, and I have already cut it out and it's stamped to Canson XL watercolor paper, and I will color it in with the Arteza real brush pens. I like to wet the image before I go in with the brush pens because then they blend even better and they are also not super dark when you go on a wet area. As always, you will find linked up all the stamps I've used in the video description, and also there is a link to my blog post where I have posted some close-up images. When I'm done with coloring, I have a look where I will place my flower, and I also need a sentiment for it. So I decided I pick a sentiment from my wildflower stamp set, and I just stamped it to white paper, and as it's a bit too white, I feel I will color it in quickly with the real brush pens. As this is no watercolor paper, it's just a normal thicker printer paper, the blending doesn't really work on this paper. But I don't really mind that, because I will cut the words apart and finally they will match the page because of the violet color. I now glue everything down just using a simple glue stick. The reason why I don't use gel medium is because it's finished. There is nothing more to do on this page, so there is nothing that must be glued down very good because of a wet medium also. And also the gel medium wouldn't work really good with the inks I have used, as they will be reactivated and it would be very hard to glue everything down without smudging everything. After I've sticked down the words, I add a bit of a shadow around them using the black real brush pen, and I just blend it out a little bit with water. And that's the finished spread. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will see us next time. Bye!